Alright, people. Plenty of things to discuss. Currently accumulating what's going on in Twitter world and wrestling. It all invoked over to the, you know, a lot of racist BS involving Tony Khan, Ty Conti, Big Swole, and then trying to appoint the blame from the AEW fan base, involving, trying to point it to this man is racist. He said the N word on pay per view live in front of the black guy that he works with. You think he doesn't know what he wrote? You think Booker T wouldn't have talked to him backstage about what he was about to say on TV involving John Cena? So that's already enough, like, deflecting and trying to find somebody to point the finger to. Let's just think about just the immaturity and just the non-professionalism that Tony Khan tried to point to after Big Swole explained why she left because of it was a lack of diversity, over to the extent of, like, champions, people that were getting pushed over to the card because it was regularly Caucasian cis white males and females in the top of the card, with the only minority that would be champion are the Lucha Brothers. And that would be acquaintably it. Now, all because WWE has people of color. I'm just going to say black people. I'm black. I'm going to say it. All because he has black people as the world champions doesn't mean it makes him a better company. It doesn't make Vince a better person. But it knows that he appoints the people that do have talent no matter the skin color. And you're just not going to appoint that with Tony Khan trying to bring himself out the bus all because he's brown and his associate is brown. And hey, look at these guys that I put over on Rampage and Dark. They're not on TV most of the time. I even blacklisted a guy for making a heel thing, doing a heel thing, and trying to insult an Olympian and actually Gardner Heat. I suspend him and limit his talent. I respect black people. I just don't want to see him on TV most of the time. Tony Khan's like that one person that's gonna, like, stutter his words over whenever he gets in a conversation about race, being like, I know black people. You never said you had black friends. Yeah, I don't have that, but I do know black people. So there, I'm not racist. Just continue using your dad's money. You non-charisma golem with a TikTok perm looking bitch. I don't know why this had to account the attention. And then Ty Conti coming over like, just knowing, being a bilingual, light-skinned Latina, not knowing how to talk, all because I have a big ass and a nice face. I totally know what Big Swole and the other black employees on Dynamite are going through. Like, oh, shut up. Just shut up. And then Tony Khan trying to deflect a presumptive amount of the blame, and then still advertise his product, feeling like everything got so diffused that people would want to see your B show that gets lower ratings than your A show. Tony Khan, this guy just has an interesting way of making sure he never makes himself look smart. And that's presumably it. Now, hopefully, I'm wrong. Even though I'm not. This has already been highly documented against plenty of people over on the YWC for a huge amount of time. Over to the extent of, like, trying to make sure that they're diverse, cuckified, put everybody inclusive in something that involves being selfish. Like, you can't presumably tell me, like, pro wrestling business won't ever have a selfish part of all this over the same chick that had to defend her man's, saying that he'll, grape a WWE superstar, and then getting all that backlash on her now because she doesn't know how to keep her mouth shut in a conversation that she doesn't involve herself in. So that's already plenty of things that I can't understand coming out of Tony Khan, Ty Conti, and majority of the roster trying to like and try to retweet like they are not getting pushed upon the card and not the Acclaimed. not parts of FTR or another part of the roster that are just not getting much, as well as like, Big Swole. That if you thought her wrestling was not that impressive to begin with, then you could have just, fired her from the get-go and not try to sign her. Other than she knows another indie darling like Cedric Alexander. So that's the type of dumb stuff that I'm not getting. And this is all gonna, slap Tony Khan in the face to know that he just can't deal with social media. And it's people like him that are just going to make it more worse for fans to actually get into wrestling whenever they know that a top company that doesn't even know how to deal with backstage issues, especially over on social media. That tweet is probably deleted by now. It's been under 24 hours. And he says, thank you, congratulations to Ty Contiana J, Penelope Ford, and all the hard work in WWE Rampage for the crappy street fight that looks like they got period blood on their face. Why would you advertise that? No, it's still here. All that to still try to plug over your B-show product. And what was the rating for that Rampage? That New Year's Eve Rampage for your women's street fight crappy main event? From all the BS that went over for the last 24 hours, what did that rating do? Possibly 600,000, 500,000, because it was women. Nobody wanted to see it, all because of the stuff going over on social media. People just don't want to see it because those people are not draws. And over to the extent, people could have just saw that coming anyway. Because you guys been averaging a mere 500,000 since airing back around August. You guys haven't drew much since August 20th. That was possibly the episode that CM Punk was coming in. That was highly advertised. It's obvious that nobody's really interested on Rampage. Nobody's interested on your demo reel. And you shouldn't be trying to appoint race issues and then try to run shade around a person and then have your fans try to deflect by adding another company that had nothing to do with it. It just shows that Tony Khan is a snowflake. The majority of the roster is a snowflake. And nobody is that professional unless the veterans come inside. And the veterans are possibly not going to say anything because they're stuck on payroll. But that's just my opinion on it. How you guys feel about the Tony Khan situation? I feel like it's stupid. Waste of energy. Poorly handled. And just burnt a lot of bridges that didn't need to be burnt. But that's just my opinion. Comment down in the comment section below. That's it for me. Thanks for watching. And Happy New Year. You like that?